Sure. I'll share with you Hayley's, as you mentioned that before. I've got my own, but yeah, why don't I start with hers? So prior to, well, when I had Hayley, I wasn't on the products, and she was born, and she was, had a significant congenital heart disease, and I'm not meant, this is her. She had a hole in the heart, and we were just in a constant fear of losing her because she had the heart fixed, and she had fluid on the brain, and her immune function was just so bad. We thought once the hole was fixed that she'd be fine, but that wasn't the case, and we were forever, running to the hospital. She'd get the slightest bug and she'd go limp, or vomit. And I resuscitated her one time. She was just blue and limp and lifeless in my arms one morning, and febrile convulsions. She was tiny. She hadn't grown in utero, so we were just. It was a constant stress. I hated leaving her to go out because when she cried, she'd vomit. And being a nurse in my past life, I was worried she'd aspirate and all this. So I was a nervous wreck. Us as a family were very stressed. My son, you just treat them differently too. So the poor thing, she had all the attention on her. So yeah, look, at 4 she couldn't even speak. So you'd ask her a question, she'd go, and I don't know, I was doing a kids course one day, and a mum just, after hearing everything that, we were talking about our kids, and just mentioned, these sugars, these glycans that your body needs to be able to heal itself. And, I read a bit about it, and it just seemed a little bit too good to be true. But, we started anyway because I was desperate. Here's a 4-year-old, couldn't speak. She looked fairly normal, so tiny. We had to have uniforms made for her when she started school, special uniforms. Anyway, so we started. I had my testimony before she got her results. But all of a sudden she started talking in sentences. Oh, and I should say, we'd been to speech therapists, and OTs and respiratory doctors when she stopped breathing that time, and she was diagnosed as borderline disabled, just because of her speech was so bad. So yeah, I just started buying the Ambrotose, didn't want to know anything else. We started giving it, and everything I read everywhere was, if you don't get a result, just double it. So I'd buy 1 tub 1 month, and then couple of months later 2 tubs, because we were both taking it. And I don't even know how long it was, James, but gradually she started talking. I think it might have been within 6 months. I'm not even sure, but I didn't even go back to speech therapists because, she was speaking now, and that's fine. We were elated, and I had my testimony too, so we just continued on it. And from someone that's got sick at the slightest thing, 1st of January 2000, we were in hospital that morning because she went all limp and, everything. So from someone that was so fragile with her health, she went to someone that went through school, didn't get sick. People could be dropping all around her, and both my kids actually. And, they'd just be there. They wouldn't get sick. It was just amazing. She was later diagnosed with something. What is it? That gives her processing problems and things. So, but I think she wasn't even diagnosed with anything like that because she had begun to be verbal. She was healthy. They just thought because she'd had such a bad start to life that she was just, delayed globally. Anyway, so I can't thank the products enough because it gave us back our life. She was on an apnea monitor too, so when she slept, because she'd stopped breathing at times, so every time the alarm would go off during the night, I'd be racing to the bed. So it brought a bit of normality back to our household, and I don't go without it. We went without it one time on a camping trip because I used to take the juicer, and by that time I was using AO, and I'd crush up Plus for her, and what else do we have? the multivitamin. So I put all that in a juice, a carrot juice. So we went camping one time and I took the juicer, but she was a bit thingy about taking it then. And I was like, oh, it's too much hassle. So anyway, we came back from camping and she hadn't had it every day. And first day of school, she had a temperature. And even she said, yes, Mum, it's because I didn't take my Abratos. And from that day, you know, they were quite happy to take it. But, you know, geez, I don't know what I would have done without. I don't even know whether we'd still have her, to tell you the truth, James. You know, I don't know. It was just such a blessing, and I just still thank that Amanda that showed it to me way, way back then. And, you know, so 16 or so years now, she's 20. And, you know, now I share the business with everyone. I think everyone should be on them. So, you know, I just love them. And Ambertose is probably my favourite thing. So,
That's
yes.